Yes, Boxed Off Podcast, episode 40, we're back. Thanks for the response on the last episode, yeah. It's we got some good feedback. I did anyway, personally. Like, people are listening on Spotify as well. Got a nice few little number there, so the listeners and whatnot. So it's good to see that people are taking us in on Spotify as well. But yeah, man. How are you, bro?
I'm blessed, brother. I'm very blessed. Life is good. Work is busy. Things are going well. How about yourself, mate?
Yeah, good, mate. Busy.
Trust me, bro.
I had a few things land on my lap this week, which is nice. Not disclosing anything. Actually, I'm on the radio tomorrow morning, so this will be out by the time I've already been on. But yeah, catch you on the radio, innit? But Unity Radio, breakfast show. But apart from that, other things that I'm not going to disclose. But yeah, life's good, bro. You know, just plodding along. We've got the first guest of the year next week.
No spoilers.
But yeah,
cool guy.
Yeah, different guy.
Yeah.
Different.
I wouldn't say edgy because I don't think edgy's the word, but like
his alternative in his own little way. Yeah. But not like an alternative like
in your face alternative. It's not like that.
I mean.
The trim, maybe.
Aesthetically, he is.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if he's still got the same trim. If he's watching this year, he's still got that Mazda trim.
You know what we're talking about, innit?
Pro Club's trim, yeah.
Is that...
air fist bump for you, brother. But yeah, I mean, yeah, looking forward to meeting up with him again. Should have a good chat. It'll be good.
But yeah, what's going on in your life right now, bro? Is there anything that you want to open up about? Is there anything that you want to talk about specifically that's going on with you, bro? Like, I feel like I've not had an actual deep chat with you.
Yeah, I know.
In a while.
We've not spoke for a while.
We have spoke.
Well, we have spoke.
But we haven't like spoke.
Not like proper spoke. Nah, not really. Do you know what? Yeah, mate. Honestly, January has just been busy for me. Like, it has actually just been well busy. Like, I've just been working away and shit. Like, well, not working away, but like working bad hard, and like my sleeping pattern's still messed up. I can't go to bed before like 2:00, and I'm waking up and like literally rolling out of bed and logging on and like working till like 6 because I'm just fucking mad busy. But busy's good. Outside of that, life is good. It's been a good year so far. Some ways, I guess. But yeah, man, I mean, there's not really anything to talk about for me personally. Maybe some things on the side that you may already know, which I can't say.
Oh, I mean, there's nothing wrong with disclosing a little bit of information, bro. Because the conversation that we had about it, yeah, it was quite intense. And I'm not asking for the gory details. I'm not asking for that. But I was happy. I was reading the messages that you were sending me, and I was happy. My heart was full of warmth, bro. I got like a second-hand fuzzy feeling off the back of the conversation that we had. And, you know, I'm always the one that's opening up, yeah. I'm always the one that's talking about my life, yeah, in more than what I probably should. I've disclosed a lot of shit. And as I say, I'm not asking you to disclose gory details, yeah. But what did you get up to last week, bro?
Fucker. Bro, I can't say nah to me because Prob's watching, innit? But do you know what, mate? Being honest, as you know me personally, I spent a lot of time with myself.
Right.
Like, you know, I'm not a rusher of things, and I don't know, don't want to move. I'm definitely not moving mad at all. Like, not hasty, because I'm a personal guy. I'm a thinker, yeah. But yeah, I had a very good weekend, to answer your question. Was drunk in a random town somewhere, which I can't remember. But yeah, man, I mean, I can't disclose too much.
See, I think that's interesting, yeah, what you say about you're a thinker, right? Because I think that makes for a wider conversation in general anyway, yeah. See, I'm definitely prone to being an overthinker. I over-analyse every little detail, but I'm also very good at being able to shut certain things off if I want to. But when I get myself into the cycle of overthinking things, yeah, sometimes it can be for good, i.e., for example, say if it's something like professional that I'm working on, I can catch myself deep diving to a next level of how I'm going to explore this sort of thing that I'm doing, whether that be like, I don't know, a business opportunity, a career venture, an idea at work, an idea for the pod, a concept for anything, like what. So it can be beneficial in one way, but on the flip side, like being an overthinker, and being prone to really, as I say, and over-analysing certain things, it can also be sort of like a bit of a downfall. Would you say, when you say that you're a thinker, would you say that you're the same and use it in both aspects of it and both sides of the coin, or would you say that you tend to be someone that uses it in a negative light, or someone that uses it solely in a positive light?
Definitely both. I mean, if you're an overthinker, you have to take into account, let's say, both sides of a story, or both, pros and cons of a certain situation. I think that's a very healthy way of looking at things, because the repercussions of a certain thing if, let's say, it doesn't go well. But yeah, I'm a deep thinker in terms of I always want to make sure what decisions I make are right. But as everyone would be, innit? Do you know what I mean? Like, I'd want to not overanalyze, but I'd want to make sure that if I am doing something, or if I do want something, it's right for me at the time. Like, I couldn't rush into something or do something like that. Do you know what I mean? It would have to be right. Am I looking a bit mad there?
No, it's fine.
Yeah,
but I completely hear it. But at the same time, you say that you like to think things through to ensure that it ends up being right. But do you think I don't think there's anything wrong yet in being a bit of a risk taker, knowing that something could ultimately end up going wrong, if you get me. Like, I've done that loads of times where a risk I thought I could do something, it could end up completely backfiring and kicking me in the teeth.
Yeah, trust.
But and it has happened numerous occasions, and it's life lessons, isn't it?
Trust.
But at the same time, without what is it? Take risks and prosper. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, trust me. Big up Jay Styles.
Yeah, big up Jay Styles.
Bro, I'm exactly the same. I've also taken. I mean, if we're both talking back to the original point of what you asked me about what I got up to at the weekend, if we are both on the same subject in terms of what we are talking about and potentially taking risks for, then I have also taken risks in that field and it's not paid out well. Do you know
100%.
I mean? We've been there, innit?
I did it recently.
I did it recently, but I did it like, let's say, maybe a year ago. But, but
not to that extent, because I know the example that you're talking about, but I did a lesser. I think I know the example you're talking about. But yeah, carry on.
But like, even this time, like, I've taken I would say a big risk doing what I've done, and like, so far it's paid off. Like, it's good. So definitely, where there's risk, there is reward as well. It's just having the balls, man. It's having the balls to take that risk in it. Do you know what I mean? Like, I that can be kind of my, like, a barrier to try and get over. Like, it's not easy to push something out there, or maybe say something or do something that subconsciously could have negative repercussions on yourself. It's hard to get over, but there's naught better than going for something, risking something, and then getting the reward for it, like, because you know that something good's paid off. And it's all part of deep thinking, all this shit. Yeah, it's all part of it, because that can be the negative thing. If you are overthinking it, and then you push yourself out of taking that risk, and then you don't do it, and then you don't see the positives of what could have been, shit to be you, mate.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, 100%. I just think it's an interesting concept, to be fair, because like, I've listened to like podcasts and I've seen documentaries and stuff. Yeah, like, I geek out on loads of different shit, but like, the brain fascinates me. And you know what? Yeah, that's just come to me. Yeah, like a light bulb thing. I would love, to try and get, like, I don't know if you'd want to do it, but I'd love to get like a neuroscientist or something.
And chat about, like,
maybe someone who just works for Manchester Uni or something. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, and just
talk about shit like that on a proper Joe Rogan vibe.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
Do that. Yeah, I'd do that. I'm interested in how that shit, how the brain works and stuff like that. It's crazy. Imagine they could bring like a dummy brain in here and slice it up.
Oh yeah, that would be mad.
And
you know what I was also thinking about? If I wanted to get on the pod, because I was thinking, like, for the pod, like, I know we like to say, like, we want to get more guests on, which is what we're working towards and in which we're going to be doing, but. Like, I think at the same time, it doesn't necessarily have to be, I don't know, say a musician or whatever. Because I was listening to a podcast, and do you know True Geordie, I don't really, like, listen to him like that. I used to, but I kind of, like, no disrespect to True Geordie, because he is like his production's like sick, but for me, I used to listen to him and then found other podcasters and realised that he's shit because there's other ones that are just much better. No disrespect, he is decent, but
just a big Geordie beast, isn't he? He has a good following as well, doesn't he?
Yeah.
So.
I just realised that after listening to other ones, like I feel like he's quite an entry level point podcast, but I feel like I found other ones that are just better. But nonetheless, like I listened to one that he's just done with Louis Theroux. And he was an absolute beast.
I seen a clip of that, and he was like, "Yeah, I listen to drill music and shit."
Yeah, he listens to like AJ Tracy, Central C.
Central C, he's really popping right now. Shit like
the white guys, HRD.
Yeah, there are a few white guys.
Yeah,
joke man.
But
joke man.
Listening to that, and it made me realise, thinking back of the documentaries that Louis Theroux's made, and I would absolutely love, You know, we spoke about, is it polyamorous relationships? Where you can, like, if you're with someone, but it's like you allow your partner to go out and sleep with someone else at the weekend or whatever, I would love, to get someone on the pod who's in a I can't pronounce it, polyamorous.
You'll say a poly relationship.
In a poly relationship, you know what I mean, innit? I would fucking love that, but I don't know where we're going to, because it's going to end up being some, like, 40-year-old woman, innit? Let's be honest,
I don't think we know anyone, innit?
Oh, man, but we can find someone.
Yeah,
I reckon there's Facebook groups and stuff that we can actually dig deeper into, but I think that would make a super interesting conversation as well.
Could Google it, innit? You know what I mean? I always shit on Google.
Yeah.
Could, like, rent a poly. I wonder if that's a website.
You know what? What about we? It sounds a bit mad, but why don't we get an escort on?
I knew you were going to say that. What? Just shag her?
That'd be an interesting listen. No, but do you know? Imagine that'd be interesting. Do you think that'd be interesting?
Do you think an escort would want to come on a podcast and talk about their lives?
She paid her.
How much?
Fuck knows. What's an hourly rate for a podcast? What's an hourly rate for an escort?
Depends how long you last.
Yeah, innit? Nah, but
escort for you.
Yeah, innit? Nah, but escorts, they go on dates and stuff.
Yeah, I know. Like, do you know what? Yeah, when at my work, when I was in my old role, one of my old bosses, I won't say her name in case she's watching because I know she follows. She told me I should do that as a job.
What, be an escort?
No, not be an escort, but like. You know, like when older women like pay for men to go out with them and like have meals and like in the company. She was like, I think you'd be really good at that. And I was
just
like,
want to shag them though.
What, like old women?
No, if she's bad.
Oh, if she's bad, then I'd be like, yeah, 20 quid.
Right, here's one question. That we've had. I don't know if we spoke about this on the pod before, but that's just before I actually get onto one of the main topics of conversation that I talk about. What's the oldest you would go?
Depends how bad they was.
But if
right, so I throw this at you. 70-year-old woman walks in right now.
Oh, I don't know, so I don't know about 70.
But she's looking bad for 70.
I don't know. I don't know about 70, I don't know about 70. Ben, what would you do? What's the oldest you would go?
Right, well, I said if she's bad.
She's bad,
but realistically,
is she bad and she knows she's bad?
Realistically, though, 70 is
I don't know.
That's like my granddad's 76 and he's old. I'm not
me.
saying I'm going to shag my granddad, you know what I mean? But you know what I mean?
How old's Jennifer Aniston, for example?
I think she's like 50 something.
How old's Carol Vorderman?
I'd go 60.
Yeah, I'd probably try. I swear, I think Carol Vorderman, but she's had bear like. Is it Vorderman?
How old's that chef that we ended up being?
Yeah, she's had bear surgery.
Bro, how old's she from
The
The Apprentice?
Which one? On the left? The blonde one?
Oh.
Nah, the other two.
How old's she on The Apprentice?
I don't know, she's like 40.
Oh, nah, because she's alright, you know.
Yeah,
She's alright,
I don't know if
you
it was
know.
you saying, like, when you watched it as a kid, like, you didn't realise, but now you watch it, you're like, yeah.
Mate, I've had that with, I was, again, we
Bare
spoke about this
things.
before, I've had that with, like, school teachers and stuff. I didn't realise they were sexy until, like,
You don't
later on in life.
yeah, because you don't, when you're a kid,
Your brain
or
don't
when
work that way.
you don't realise the assets of women. Or even if they're really nice, you might like them because they're nice, but then like when you leave, or like you don't realise that your year 7 teacher an absolute dumper truck on her, and that you would plough it like the fucking fields in fucking some fucking fielding place.
In some fielding place. Nah, but I reckon I'd go 60, you know. I actually would go 60. 60,
Let's be honest
you know.
though, yeah, bro.
60's not...
Bro,
yeah.
if there's an absolute 10-10 baddie who's 70 years old, you're obviously going to do your bit on that. Come on. I'd go 40, me.
Would you?
Yeah.
40? No,
Yeah.
would you 40? You
40.
go older than 40. You're messing.
Need that
You defo go older than 40, bro.
Need that clean nanny, me. Don't know where these prehistoric beasts have been, man.
You know what it is, yeah. Like I don't even want to get like too into this, yeah. But now we're sort of on the conversation.
We're already pretty into
I'm
it.
just gonna say, yeah, that relations with older women, yeah, is sensational.
Different vibe.
It's sensational. It's just a different energy.
Yeah.
And the relations that I've had with said woman, She wasn't that old, but she's
Is it like a thrill?
Oh, it was it was
Exfoliating.
Like a what?
it was like a for real.
Oh yeah.
But let's say, yeah, as I say, like it's a bit of a rush, and she did have children, so like the fact that she was actually like technically, as one would say, a MILF.
Yeah.
She technically was one.
As one would say.
As one would say. You can tell me listeners are Louis through this one.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I'd whack an absolute 10-10 MILF. 1,000,000%.
I'd go 65.
Is that?
I don't know about 65 actually. I'd go 60 though.
Tell me if this is a lie, yeah? Every young boy, I'm sorry, females. I mean, females you can probably get on it as well, yeah? But every young male has a dream to absolutely plough some fit as fuck MILF, right?
That's facts.
If you achieve that dream, respect. If you sleep with an older woman who is a MILF who isn't the best looking, but you just wanted the thrill, respect. If you're a female, I believe it's called a DILF.
A DILF.
Yep. And you're out there, yeah? And you're doing your thing, you're a hoe. Jokes.
Oh, shit.
Nah, only joking. Obviously, do your thing, yeah. But, you know, I assume either genders, it's a mad thrill.
Nah, my
It's like a wonder of the world.
my good friend, yeah, you'll be able to work. Don't say a name in it, but you'll know. You're already nodding. You're already nodding your head, yeah. I have a female friend, yeah, that like she likes older men, but like old men.
Can I just say,
you already know who it is. Think about who's going to be into freaky shit like that.
Yeah, I already know who it is. But can I just say, imagine if you're an old. I know it's a bit pervy, yeah, but imagine if you're, let's say, 50, and there's like a 25-year-old bird who's like proper into older men, and you're just there single, like. That's brazy, that.
Yeah, it is mad. It is mad. But
mad.
Anyway, off that topic of conversation.
Yeah. Anyway, off MILFs and DILFs.
But any poly relationships or neuroscientists, yeah, that 100% aren't watching or listening right now, because why the fuck would you be? Come on the pod, sit next to me, and let's have a conversation. But right, there's two things I want to talk about, yeah, and they're quite different. I don't know which one to go with first. I will go with this one first actually, because it's more thingy right now.
Okay.
Molly Mae.
Oh yeah.
What are you saying, babe?
So, do you want to go first or me?
I'm going to ask
ladies
you,
first.
Because I think it's we can't just go straight in and just say fuck Molly Mae. We can't do that because there's two sides to every argument, yeah. And I want to try and be as transparent as possible, because I know that the majority percentage of people that know about the situation, yeah, all have that same opinion of us saying that she can royally fucked up and that she deserves to be grilled. But on the flip side, yeah, there's also a good collection of women that or men that are like fully protecting her and like, you know, saying that, you know what I mean, you know what I'm trying to say in it. So I want to ask you first of all, what's your opinion on it, and try and be balanced with it as well.
I'll tell you what my opinion is on it, yeah. My opinion is that there's too many busy people out there who are getting on to Molly Mae, right? Which may come as a shock to a lot of people, because when I go on Twitter, yeah, and I see all these people slagging her off, right? And like, so a couple things I'm going to throw out there, yeah. So, yes, she's in a position of power now in terms of that she has a mint job, she's got shitloads of money. She smashed her career, yeah. It's come from, let's say, it's come from Love Island, yeah? So she's got famous off Love Island.
But I think one thing that, sorry to butt in, yeah, but one, I had this conversation at work, and fair enough, she did accumulate a massive following on Instagram prior, not to the levels that she's at now, but I think she had like 100k followers or something on Instagram prior, which goes to say that, okay, maybe she did work hard before Love Island, but obviously going on that show obviously propelled her up to the next level. Yeah,
obviously, like, she's in a mad position now. Is it Pretty Little Thing, like creative director or something like that? Yeah. So she's gone on a podcast, hasn't she? I don't know the podcast that she went on, but she went on a podcast and she
Diary
spoke
of a
about
CEO.
It. Diary of a CEO. Okay, so big up that guy for getting the snoop, yeah, because I'm sure his page is popping now. But bro, if she went on this podcast, yeah, and she was like, the thing is, yeah, for girls, especially young girls out there, she's a role model, man. Girls look up to her 1,000,000%. Maybe not because she's the smartest or whatever, yeah, but we live in a social media society where people on social media with big followings are role models. If people see her get her hair a certain way, they want to do that. Do you know what I mean? She has that position. So when she goes on this podcast and she says that, oh, I had to work for what I got, like, she has a following. Why would she just say, oh, I'm a good-looking girl, I did modelling, I went on Love Island, and then I got given this job? She's obviously going to say that she's worked hard. If she has or hasn't, I don't know. I assume she has worked relatively hard in her career at some point. But she's obviously going to say that she's worked hard. And then people... I see that clip on Twitter of her saying that. And then, like, that her mum and dad are police officers, which is a bit sus, not going to lie. But, you know what I mean? It's a good income house, so who cares? And people slagging her off like, oh, yeah, you 24 hours in a day. Like, bro, she's a role model. She has to say that stuff. It's like after a football game, yeah? And you win the game or you draw a game or something, and after every game, players will come out in a post-match conference and be like, yeah, we played well, just looking forward to next week. You know what I mean? It's like a media train. It's like they just say it because it's the right thing to say. If she was on there and just said, yeah, I'm just famous off Love Island, really, didn't really work for much, got given a creative role in Pretty Little Thing, and I'm smacking it now, then it's not good for her. It's not good for her image. And then the people that go on Twitter and stuff and slag her off, saying like, oh, you know, she's not worked in her life, she did a 12-hour shift and started crying, all this shit, yeah. Like, get a life, man. Like, realistically, yeah. Even if she is doing what she's doing because of what, she smashed it and she's actually doing mint. And I'm not even a big Molly Mae fan. Like, I don't give a shit. But like the same people who bang on about like, oh, she needs to chill out, oh, she ain't done all this, yeah, could be the same people that bang on about mental health issues and shit, all the abuse that she gets all the time. She says she has a small group of mates that she only keeps certain people close because she probably struggles with it. I just think, get a life, mate. Stop being so busy. Why don't you focus on your own life? I understand she's from an elevated position, but what's that to do with you? Just because she's on there saying that she believes she's worked hard for what she's done, how can that be such a bad thing? So that's my Molly Mae rant over. Not really arsed again. I just think people are too busy and shit, like slagging her off and that, and then like preaching about mental health and how they're upset and shit just because they're jealous. Drops invisible mic.
Yeah, no, I do get that, to be fair, and I completely agree with everything that you said. But I think where people have become upset about it is, and as I say, I see both sides of the coin completely.
Yeah.
Being that,
sorry, but so do I as well. Like, I understand, like, she's in a position of power because of what she's done, like, and she's trying to say to people, oh, you need to work, I worked all the time, and maybe she hasn't done it as much, but my point is that she's a role model, and she's at least trying to inspire, let's say, a group of girls, boys, whatever, to try and work hard to do what she's doing.
Yeah, 100%. I think that, as I say, looking into it, as I say, overthinking and over-analysing things, yeah, is which I really looked into it, yeah, because I think that, okay, so first of all, yeah, it's a known fact that, as you say, if her parents are both police officers, she's clearly grown up in a middle-class home with a good financial upbringing. She was obviously like lucky enough to always have a nice home, to always have the new clothes on her back, to always have packed lunches and stuff for school. Yeah, that's from an early age. Yeah, so she has obviously from an early age has been lucky enough to, as I say, have a good financially safe upbringing. So she's not experienced any forms of poverty or anything like that. So she's not in a place to say that she has done, so she can't do that. Yeah. She's living off the back of her own experiences of growing up, which is why I do understand it. I do understand it, yeah, but agreed. The fact of the matter is, so before I circle back to that point about poverty and stuff, so with that being said, she's clearly gone to the best school in the nicest area possible, right, and all that jazz. And before anyone even tries and disagrees with me, yeah, the term pretty privilege has 100% worked massively in her favour to help her get to where she is. Because, obviously it's possible for anyone to do influencing if they really want to, yeah? Like, anyone can grow an organic following if they want it that much. As you say, Molly, you're correct. If you want it that much, you can do it. But you're completely delusional if you disagree with the fact, yeah, that Molly Mae, being that she's absolutely drop dead gorgeous, yeah, because she is.
Yeah, she's fire.
And she does have a nice little quirky personality and all that stuff. Like, she's obviously tapped into a market and found it much easier to grow an organic following on Instagram prior to Love Island than what, say, a lesser public... So it's not... So, say, for example, someone who wasn't as society didn't deem someone as good looking as Molly Mae, that person would find it more difficult to grow a following on Instagram because she's deemed not as attractive, in quotes, if you're listening.
See, I get that 100%, yeah. Like, but like realistically, I'm not a girl, so I can't speak for girls. But like, all girls want to be pretty. She's just pretty, innit? Like, she's obviously takes care of herself and shit, yeah. And obviously she has pretty privilege because she went on Love Island, which is like specifically targeted for what society deems good-looking people. Yeah. So she's obviously in a position of power, or it has helped her along the way. But I don't get why people have to be busy about it and like just like because she is a good-looking girl and she's done that, yeah. And bro, she's not even my cup of tea. Like realistically,
no, she's not. For
like
me,
I'm not even asked if she fucking got sacked tomorrow and was on the dole and like lived on the streets. Like I'd probably feel a bit bangers, but I wouldn't be asked. Like I don't really care. And people get too caught up. People start getting caught up in this life like it really matters.
Like it's an actual soap opera,
bro. Like it's an actual thing. Like it's a recurring thing. I'm not gonna lie. It was like a week. I was going on Twitter and like, and I say Twitter now. I've not seen it as much, but like every time you see something and like some of the memes and shit are funny, innit? Like when there's only 24 hours in a day and like people looking at watches and shit like that. Like I don't get it, man. Like if you want to get so invested in a girl's life that you're probably never ever going to meet in your life, and you watched her on TV and you probably supported her back in the day when she was on Love Island, like. Just because she's trying to say I worked hard for her, you need to give your head a wobble, bro.
Yeah, that's facts.
Don't get caught up in it, man. Yeah. Just live your own life, bro.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
But going back to the idea of the pretty privilege thing, yeah. Obviously, like we say, off the back of Love Island, that's obviously opened the door. And granted, fair play to her, yeah. Credit where credit's due. She's done a lot better than probably everyone else that's ever been on the program. Probably, maybe. Her and Wes Nelson are probably neck and neck, and Tommy as well. But because he's with Molly, exactly.
And he has his own.
But her and Wes Nelson are probably neck and neck. Like they've created something proper. They're not just like
who won that Love Island? Molly didn't win it, did she?
She did.
Did she win it? Did Molly Mae win it with Tommy?
Pretty sure she did.
Pug, did Molly Mae win it?
I'm pretty sure she did.
I feel like she didn't win it, me.
Nah.
Have I got that twisted?
Nah, I think she did.
I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if she did win it, because obviously like.
Yeah, but anyway.
Yeah, sorry, go on.
So, yeah, fair enough, yeah. She's then been able to get this job as creative director, which, on a side note, yeah, I was actually speaking to someone at my work who knows someone super, super high up at Pretty Little Thing, and apparently she's been given the... I might be wrong. Oh, yeah.
Nah, Millie and Liam. Oh, that was the last one.
That was the last one, you spacker. But anyway,
apparently, she is bad. Sorry, she's bad.
Yeah, she is.
Please come on the pod.
But apparently, yeah, Molly Mae goes up into the head office at Pretty Little Thing, yeah, once a week, and some pieces of paper are pushed on in front of her on a desk, and she literally circles what styles she thinks should make that week's collection, and then she just gives it back to the rest of the team to do. So that's literally it, which I don't see a problem with, because from a commercial and a business standpoint, for Pretty Little Thing, I know how much, for fashion brands especially, I know how much that talent costs just for one campaign. So to have her on, I think they give her 600 grand or something for the year, to have her as the entire face of the entire entity, yeah, it's genius on their part. It is. So I do get it. But one thing that I don't want people, that I sort of didn't want people to get caught up in, is the fact that she says, "Oh yeah, I worked hard to do this." Okay, fair enough, you might have done. But you need to realise, yeah, that she's been super, super lucky to be able to have that role to get her to where she is, yeah. 99.9% of other people, yeah, genuinely, no disrespect, Molly, genuinely have to properly put in the actual hours of going to university, of working the dead-end jobs, of doing this, and eventually building themselves up over a 20, 30-year career to get to that point where you're at 23, 22, 23. That, it's unheard of to be able to be at that position that she's at. 100. So I don't want people to then... girls or boys to go away and think, fuck going uni, I'm just going to do I'm just going to put all my eggs in the influencer basket, and hopefully one day I'll get picked up by this and I'll be working at Boohoo Man as the thing for them. No, because you need to be able to have that. It's like they say footballers.
It's a 1 in a million chance, isn't it? Really?
Yeah, it's like they say footballers need to have something to fall back on, because the majority, the likelihood of you playing in the Premier League is none.
Very, very.
So you always need.
We spoke to United, who said he was a teacher. Said how much it's changed in 10 years. Kids just watch fucking YouTube and think they're going to be.
Yeah, that's true. At the game, there was a guy who was like, "Yeah, I'm a teacher, but I need a new job. Like, I hate it." And we're like, "Why is that?" And he was like, "Well, kids nowadays, they don't want to work hard for stuff. They think it's just given to them. They see these people on social media and YouTube and shit, and they see all them doing it, and like they just think that when they finish." He said when they finish school, they just think they're gonna be fucking driving around in Mercs and like,
Yeah, it's mental.
just have it on, like the mindset. And mate, how long ago were we in school? Like let's say 10 years ago. So, and 10 years seems long, but even shorter than 10 years. Let's say 9, 8 years or whatever. Yeah, when we was in school, and I've never gone back into a school.
To be fair, KSI was popping though then, but no
But
one would
bro,
have imagined what KSI would be doing now.
And when I was a kid and I watched YouTube, like I watched KSI again. I fucking love KSI.
I love KSI.
It was
Pink slips, are you messing?
Bro, them FIFA 12, FIFA 11 things that you see, Road to Glories and that. Yo, I used to fucking gas off them, you know.
He was joke.
But he was joke.
I respect KSI massively.
Oh yeah, I respect him now. I mean, he went a bit west in it, and that's when I don't really watch YouTube like that anymore. But like, he went a bit west.
I follow him on Instagram and stuff like that, and I respect him. I don't really like his music, but I respect what he's done because the guy's a business genius.
Yeah,
the guy's
of course.
put his money in
done
perfect
his-
places.
done
But
his
I had a really really interesting conversation with someone today. I was in a meeting with someone externally, for work, but it was like whatever. And she's basically like a musician rep, so she like represents like artists on their tours and stuff. So, say for example, she does like a lot of like the indie bands and stuff, but
Yeah.
like. She basically looks after big acts, like she did like Florence and the Machine and all that stuff and all that, right? And she basically was speaking about KSI because she got offered to be able to do that KSI tour, or someone that she know was doing the KSI tour. And she said when she was younger, because she's our parents' age, this lady I was speaking to, she was saying that back in the day, like your favourite musician or your favourite band or whatever would release probably 2 albums a year, max. Maybe one a year, one every 2 years. And that 35-minute to an hour-long piece of content that you got from that person then, because bearing in mind social media wasn't a thing, that would be your only way of investing in yourself. You might see them on the paper or on the telly every now and again, or on top of the pops, she said. But that piece of content was what you get. That'd be your only way in investing into it, and you become fixated on thinking that you knew this person through the music, and that's why you loved them, and that's why all these people followed them around all over the country or whatever, these musicians. But now, because people are so in tune and use social media as such a marketing tool, as they should, i.e. Molly Mae, people are so invested in that woman's life. It's because it's a job, and I understand it's a brand, but everyone knows everything. They know what she had for breakfast this morning. She knows what time she went to the gym, what she had for dinner, what she watched on telly tonight, what she's reading, what she's listening to, how she does her makeup. Everyone thinks that they know her without knowing her, which I think they watch that girl, and the way that she markets herself on YouTube or whatever on social media, she markets herself as being her consumer's friend. That's her brand. So that's why I think that people become so fixated, but I think it's really toxic at the same time.
Yeah, bro, 100%. That's exactly right. That's why people are so bothered about what she does, because if they do, let's say, follow her Instagram, they just see it, whatever she posts, her stories, whatever, yeah. They're so interested in watching that because that's just the norm now, and that's obviously what they want you to do. It's a brand at the end of the day. It's not just a social media account. It's a brand as well, like herself. Just promoting, even things she promotes, whatever, people are so sucked in on it, which is an issue with society and especially social media. Like, it's a big issue, but phone addiction's a real thing. You can put it on your phone, but
that's the thing though. That's how toxic I think it can be. It's because the fact that like we said, we actually don't give a fuck about Molly Mae. But the fact that it's causing us to have a conversation like this, and the fact that it's a topic of conversation between all demographics, not just the people that are bothered about her, the people that don't even give a fuck about her, everyone's still like super.
The thing is, there's more serious issues in the world. Like, there could be a politician saying, right, I'm going to fucking cut NHS pay by 20%, and there's going to be more uproar about Molly Mae saying what she said than people like that, which is facts. Like, there's more uproar about a social media queen than there is as general world problems, because that's all they want you to see, and that's all you eventually invest yourself in, because you care more about that shit than real stuff that really goes on, which is a problem with the world. Fuck the world, you're all mad. Not everyone, innit? Like, I'm not mad.
Yeah.
I don't think you
But
are.
but it's mental.
Anyway, bro, bum Molly Mae. Can't be arsed talking about her.
Yeah, right, okay, yeah, Molly Mae's over.
Cancelled.
Another thing, yeah, which I thought is super interesting, yeah.
Okay, hit me.
So now there's a ketamine nasal spray
Oh, yeah.
that can be used to treat depression.
Oh, okay.
And they started using it in Belgium. But it can be used
Belgique. Huh?
So apparently, yeah. So I wrote. The only reason I found out about this is because I wrote a news article about it yesterday for Complex.
Oh, right, mad. That's actually pretty crazy. I
And-
definitely do not condone it, but you know,
And I'll read it now. So
a little self-plug here.
yeah, if you want to go and read my news story, go and read it. But I wrote it and I found it very interesting when I was reading it, when I was writing it. So
Hit me.
according to a new report from Vice, an extra potent ketamine nasal spray could be used to treat depression. Experts have stated that the dissociative and anesthetic effects within the drug could work as efficient treatment for people with depression, as it works much quicker than other drugs such as selective serotonin reuptake inhibitors, which are in brackets SSRIs, if you know what they are. S-ketamine, which is what they're using, is a more potent version of ketamine, which can be found as a nasal spray that medical professions believe may have fewer side effects. However, no clinical trials have proven it. It's thought to believe that the boost of serotonin levels seen with the use of ketamine and S-ketamine both work by reprogramming the cells that affect mood and thought patterns. Apparently, it's been said that both ketamine and S-ketamine can ease depression considerably in just a few hours. This is because they're acting on a completely different neurotransmitter than those targeted by conventional antidepressants. They've also found that both ketamine and S-ketamine result in a rapid decrease in suicidal thoughts, but it should be noted that this is sort of independent from the general antidepressant effect. So, and apparently last year, the first ketamine clinic was opened in Bristol, and since then many more have continued to open around the world for people suffering from alcohol addiction, depression or anxiety. But according to the NHS, ketamine is not a licensed treatment for depression, and therefore it can only be used as an anaesthetic or painkiller. But I found that super interesting. I don't really know where we can take it, but like...
Yeah, I know. I mean...
It's mental, isn't it?
I don't really know. I mean... If that's the case, there's going to be bare kids that I know as registered depressants who are going to fucking try and get ket nasal spray.
Yeah, do you reckon that's a danger of it? But
Probably,
but
yeah,
apparently it's not used for like first time. Like you can't just say I've got depression. They'll give you. They've got that.
You got to have like a history.
It has to be like a historical thing.
It's probably like it's probably like obviously this depression is a serious thing, and I'm pretty sure I don't know the numbers. I ain't no scientist, but I'm pretty sure depression has been on the rise for the last few years, especially because of the lockdown. So they're probably trying new things out in it just to try and see if they can. And in a way, I guess it could work. I mean, it'd give you a different buzz, wouldn't it? Do you know what I mean? Instead of the bad thoughts you always thought. So yeah, I mean, hey, science is fucking crazy. You know, there's always mad shit that they can do.
Yeah.
So if that's the case, then
that's the beauty of science. It's all
always evolving.
It's all database as well. So it is right and wrong. It's not opinion. Science isn't opinion based.
Do you know what? Yeah,
so.
this is mad that I've just thought of now. There's a guy I know, yeah, who I can't even remember what it is. So he's doing like a master's degree, right, on science on like, it's something to do with like tomatoes, and he's trying to like genetically mutate a tomato or something like that, yeah. But it's for his master's degree, and someone can correct me if I'm wrong here, but it's along these lines. And if you're doing a master's degree in this specific field, you're the only person in the world who's in education working on that one thing.
So you're the only person that's like actually an expert on it.
Not even an expert. You're trying to find the solution for it. You're trying to actually do it. So like for his like it's something crazy like that, yeah. And he's trying to like genetically mutate or like or grow tomatoes in sub-zero conditions or something like that, and how to do it without like.
I'm pretty sure, yeah. I might be wrong here, yeah, but I swear I read somewhere, yeah, that apparently like they can make a steak without using an animal.
Yeah, vegan.
No, I know, but I mean like in a lab they can like laser it, like
laser what? Just like
via using. I don't know if I might have seen this in a fucking film, so it might be completely off. But I don't know where I've seen it. But apparently there's like a thing in like a lab, and they like shoot it with lasers or whatever, and like it creates a steak.
Okay. Alright.
Do you think that's mental though?
I mean, yeah. I mean, get me that lab because I scran steaks all the time.
I know, but I was actually having another conversation that I've had at work.
Would you eat it though?
Yeah, I try it.
Obviously, I'd try it.
But,
how does it get? Can it be cooked rare? Do you reckon you can fry it?
Can you make in this lab? Will you make me a medium rare steak?
Yeah, imagine going to a lab. Yeah, can I have a rare steak, please?
But there's the thing as well about like talking about like vegans and shit and like. I reckon though, like, eventually at a certain point in time, I reckon everything's going to be vegan, and I actually reckon that they're trying to get to a point where they can just genetically build meat that tastes like meat. If they can build a steak that tastes just like a steak,
100.
they'll probably do it.
Bro, if they could do that and it tastes the exact same,
and it has the same level of protein and all the same nutrients in it, then 100%.
But it won't be. I don't think it'll probably be in our lifetime, that.
I doubt it.
Because there's. The first thing I thought of was like jobs and shit. Do you know what I mean? Like even like farmers or like people who work in factories or whatever, and like the meat industry. I'm guessing is one of the biggest industries in the world or something, because everyone eats meat. Like I pretty much eat meat every day. Sorry to vegans and vegetarians.
I eat twice a day.
Yeah. Oh yeah. God, I do as well. Like not being bangers. I love animals and that. Yeah, but I just fucking love a steak, me.
Yeah.
Or some bacon.
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 Even like eggs though as well. I love eggs.
Yeah,
I like milk.
But chickens just shit them out, so they don't really count, do they? Let's be honest.
I don't know.
But they genetically mutate them, don't they? Like they fucking. I swear they pump shit into chickens and that, and like
I
they
think
make
that's
them.
pretty cruel though.
Yeah, bro, they do it with everything.
I don't like to read into it because it'll put me off.
Bro, they do
like
it with
too
everything.
much.
They do it with cows, pigs.
Yeah.
They get to make it like the production of it so much quicker. Like they genetically or like they feed them stuff that makes them like again, I don't want to talk on shit I don't know about it yet, because I ain't no genius, but they genetically implant shit in all these animals to make it produce quicker or make it lay eggs quicker, or like it's been a thing that for time because of demand for it, because more people every day in the world, isn't it? More people want it. I'm obviously not saying everyone in the world is going to eat steaks every night, but it's a thing, isn't it, bro? It's a thing.
Everywhere's just going plant based though. Like that Mackey's that I tried. I had a full one, but I tried that Mackey's McPlant, yeah. And
sorry, I don't know why I laughed then.
I tried that
McPlant.
Have you seen that advertised? Mackey's had done a plant-based burger.
No way.
And so a couple of the girls from work went and bought one for the dinner last week, and I was like, bite of that. Bite of that. I was like, I want to try that, mate. So it tasted like a burger with no burger in it.
Yeah,
just tasted like
mush.
I bit into it, and it just tasted like it was like the meat just disintegrated. Like it wasn't like it was just air. Like it just tasted like bread and the burger sauce and lettuce. Like I couldn't. There was no meat there. It didn't taste like because there's no meat there. But it didn't feel like there was meat there. It didn't feel like anything substantial.
A poor substitute for
it was a very poor substitute. But apparently, if you're vegan and all that, apparently it's bad. But it's just nothing on a normal Big Mac. Do you know what I mean? Like
I hate Mackey's anyway, mate. I hate it.
Mackey's is hanging.
Mackey's is dead out here.
Still screwing it though.
Yeah, sure, still love it though. Pug, what you saying?
43, 44.
What are you thinking?
I'm gonna ask you one question.
Go on.
Completely off topic, maybe kind of relating to what we started with. What's your opinion on long distance relationships?
Oh shit. Depends how long distance it is, bro. I think for me, the thing is, because I'm not in love with someone. I was actually about to say the thing is, because I'm in love with someone. No, I'm not. I say that very passively. If you know me, I say that very passively. The thing is, I know someone that lives in a different country, but in the UK.
So in a different city.
Well, it's in Scotland.
Oh right, yeah. Oh right, okay.
Right.
In a different country. Oh yeah, shit. Yeah. Sorry.
And
that's my B-Tech, that.
Yeah, I'm like, she's like next. But
oh yeah.
But we're friends anyway, so that's good. But I just know if we lived closer,
you'd have done.
If you're watching this, you better fucking agree.
If you're watching this, you better agree, because I know you are, yeah. And my man, clap your guy.
I'm not. Yeah, I'm not saying. I'm not saying I'm waiting out for it, because I'm not. That's really, really not the point. Yeah, like I know that will probably never ever happen. That will probably never happen. Yeah, and that's completely fine because we're good friends anyway. Yeah, but that's too far. That's too far. Like it depends how far the long distance relationship is. How far would I be willing to see someone regularly? I probably couldn't go further than an hour, and even that's still long, because it's like a Wednesday night cuddle or something like that. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, it's just a bit long.
See, for me, I'm very much my own guy. Like, I like my own company a lot. So obviously, it's not ideal, but I feel like I could do it. I feel like I could defo do it. Think about it, bro. You were chatting to a girl. Let's say she lived 3 hours away by car.
Right.
Right.
It's a lot of petrol, that, you know.
A lot of petty that, yeah.
See, I'm a tight bastard. I just think about the money. It's a lot of money that, you know.
That's what I'm thinking now. Like,
it's a lot of money that, you know. Like, I spend dough me trying to solve for them back every day.
Yeah. So I work from home, so it's not so bad. But like, you think about it, yeah. Like, this girl, you've met her before. Let's say she come manny, right? She was bad, right? You're thinking, right? This gal's the one for me, yeah. She's like, the only thing is, I live in fucking Luton. Something like that, yeah. And she's like, would you not come down and see me? But you think she's the girl of your dreams, bro. What would you say?
Right, I'll say this. I'd explore it.
You'd experiment with it.
I would explore it. I would, realistically speaking, yeah. I.e., if she was the girl of my dreams, if set girl in was fully available and on it,
Sort your shit out.
and I wasn't doing my own thing and doing my other things with.
Yeah,
whatever.
he's carting bear things, so.
but if I wasn't doing that or whatever, like, I would explore it, I'd do it. But I think if it got to a point, yeah. Oh, it's not the mic. Sorry. I think if it got to a certain point, that was probably hanging on everyone's ears. If it got to the point where it was getting a lot more serious, and yeah, serious relationships, serious feelings and intimacy was exchanged, yeah, I think it would have to be a compromise of saying, I'm not leaving Manchester, so you're gonna have to move here. Do you know what I mean? Like, I've got. I think it depends on both parties, because
Trust.
like, if that person can do their job from a different city, I couldn't move because my career is just so Manchester based. Like, I just couldn't move. Like,
That's the thing with me, bro. I'm tied to money, me. Like, I'll never leave. So.
but I would be wrong.
Times change, bro. You never know. 5 years time, could be doing something completely different.
Yeah,
You know what I
exactly.
mean?
My
You
brother's
never
favourite
know.
saying is, "You don't know what's around the corner."
Thanks.
But I think but I'd be lying if I said if a crazy job opportunity came up in London, I would take
Yeah,
it.
of course.
If a crazy one came up, and it would have to be crazy. It would have to be
a serious.
It would have to be a
head-turner.
serious head turner. Like,
Yeah.
if it was like the same sort of job that I'm doing now,
But
on
better
on
more.
a little bit more money, like say it was like an extra 10 grand, but it was the same job that I'm doing now, I wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
Because 10 grand in London's fuck all anyway.
Bro,
Do you know what I mean? You have to work those things out. And would I really want to move to London and live in a 1-bed flat and pay nearly 2 grand a month on a shit flat, or even in a house share? No.
Nope.
No, thank you. Do you know what I
Nobody
mean?
wants to ever.
I'd have to be on serious money, and I'd have to be able to get a fresh flat, and I'd have to make sure that I wasn't on my own. I'd probably have to do it with a companion.
You have to
do you know what I mean? Like, I couldn't do it on my own. So
Yeah.
all those things come into account, I guess. So moving away, long distance relationships, coming full circle. I guess it all depends on the situation and how you feel about that set person. But
Facts.
I don't think off the top of my head, I don't think I could do much further than an hour, realistically.
And that's where the podcast ends.
Thank you for listening, guys. If you're listening on podcast or Apple Music, please be sure to follow us on it, or like set reminders, because you can set like notifications that pop up on your phone when we've uploaded an audio visual. If you're watching on YouTube, please subscribe. I know it's a small number, but it's big to us. We're nearly at 200 subscribers now.
Woohoo.
Which, considering that we've got like nearly 600 on Instagram and only 200. Oh, sorry, and only sorry, it is not my thing on my mic. But saying we've got nearly 600 on Instagram and we've only got 200 on YouTube, like, fix up, people.
Pattern up, gang, please. Pattern up. Give us them subs, man.
Yeah, and follow us on TikTok as well.
Yeah.
One of our TikToks, about Will saying that it only taking 2 pints to shag her and Boris Johnson's wife. I say it takes 0, because I actually think she's pretty tidy.
Sorry, not sorry.
I actually think she's pretty tidy, so I'd say a big fat 0. I'd say 3 pints of water. So follow us on TikTok, Boxed Off Podcast. Follow us on there. Share us, because we're going to blow up on there. And then we're gone. So
just hit us up on all socials, please. If you're hearing this, all socials. If you're watching this, all socials.
respect, people.
Love and peace.
See you next time.
Bye bye. Fucking hell.